Hello and welcome back. This is the next battle in the Throgg campaign. Uh, I am on turn number 5. It took me a couple of turns to get to this point. Um, I had a couple of dilemmas that came up and kind of replenished and changed some of Throgg's army, as you can tell from the very first battle. I ended up adding a couple more Norsa controls, and I ended up receiving a dilemma or an event that came up that allowed me to select 2 bile trolls. And when I'm fighting against the dwarfs, the bile trolls are extremely effective because of the poison attacks. Um, so I figured I knew that my first opponent was going to be Malaki. Uh, so I was able to end up luring him into an ambush. So let's just go ahead and start this fight. Um, I hope everybody's doing well. Uh, so far, I'm enjoying. This is the first time that I'm really playing through Throgg on the new DLC. So far, I'm liking some of the new troll mechanics. As it ties to his campaign, definitely makes it a little bit more interesting. Um, so the goal of this fight for me is to really try and just see how many of his large units that I can knock out. In my experiences with the ambush attacks, the AI still seems to want to run off the field as quickly as possible, even if you engage them right away. Um, I've never really had much success trying to kill Malaki on this uh, particular fight when I manually fight it. If I obviously if I do the auto resolve like what I normally do, this pretty much eliminates Malaki from the entire campaign, because then on the next turn I would end up taking his main settlement and um, moving forward. So I'm going to go ahead and set up my army. It's probably not the best setup. I'm sure that others would probably want to do better or do something different. This is just what I do when I play. Um, since I have the Bile Trolls and Ice Trolls, I kind of want to isolate them together with Throgg, and use the Norsca Trolls as kind of the main push to come after the main army here. What I like to do is again take my Ice Wolves and I want them to kind of run everything down. The only thing that I really can't avoid in this fight, unfortunately, is the Spirit of Grundy. No matter what, it's going to come out and it's going to hammer you. Uh, what you can try and do is what I do is try to mitigate the damage to where it hits and focuses more on the Marauder units, and you can kind of do that by having the trolls and the Marauder units together. When the Spirit of Grundy kind of starts putting out its damage, for me, it kind of spreads it over to the units that are grouped together. The other thing that I like to try and do in this particular fight is I really try to get the gyrocopters down. Um, Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I use the hero and my Marauder hunters to try and take out uh, the gyrocopters. All right, so let's go ahead and start this battle, and let's see how good we can do. It's starting off as a close victory, so hopefully it doesn't get worse than that, but who knows? All right, here we go. As you can see, Malaki, he's running. The idea now is to try and get the majority of his army completely killed. I'm going to have these back end units here focus on the Thunderers. really want my hunters focusing on the helicopters. So the Doom Seekers are dead. And I was able to get him on the victory before the Spirit of Grundy even come out, so that worked out really well. We're going to try and run down as many units as we can to save ourselves more of an aggravating fight later. Where are the Thunderers? There's the Thunderers. I want the Thunderers to die. Okay. So I'm not going to get the gyrocopters, which is fine. Just go ahead and speed this up. So sometimes when you get down here, see it's all muddled together. It's the cannons. Alright, so the Thunderers are dead. Let's go ahead and try and chase something else down. I don't know if we're gonna. Don't really know if we're gonna be able to get anything else, but a lot of his big units died. The Doom Seekers died. The cannons died. The Thunderers are dead. So the only one left is Malaki. Now he's probably going to retreat back to his main settlement, which is fine. He doesn't have any of his large units anymore. Let my trolls regen their health, and we got a better resolve. It's a decisive victory. Thunderers are gone. Got rid of the Doom Seekers, cannons, and some of the Dwarf Warriors. The Dwarf Warriors and Miners, not really that big of a deal because you can recruit them on pretty quick, but the other ones, it's going to take them some time to get. And those are really the ones that can deal the most damage to the trolls. So we're just going to go ahead and take the favor on this one. And so probably the next battle will probably be against Malachi's main settlement, his main territory. So I'm going to take a look and see what kind of siege battle it's going to be. And then we'll go from there. All right. That concludes this particular portion, and I will see you all next time. I appreciate y'all. Take care.